Hello traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Tuesday, October 6, 2015. Traders, great to be with you as we start our new trading week. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand, where we do have cloudy skies, but I see some sun, so maybe we'll get some sun today. Haven't had sun in a long time. Traders, remember this brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I am the moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, let's talk about the indices, what's going on in the indices today. The Dow 30 closed up 1.85%. The S&P 500 closed up 1.83%. The NASDAQ closed up 1.56%. The small cap 2000 closed up 2.39%. Nice move on the indices out of the U.S. Let's talk about Europe. We're all in the green also. The DAX is up 2.75%. The FTSE 100 is up 2.76%. The CAC 40 is up 3.54%. Wow. And the Euro Stoxx 50 is up 3.31%. Let's run over to Asia. Remember that these countries are currently trading, again, all in the green. The Nikkei 225 is up 1.60%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is up 0.87%. The Shanghai must have the day off today, as I see it's in red. And the Hang Seng is up 0.90%. And the Kospi out of Seoul is up 0.72%. Let's head over to our economic calendar. Not a lot going on, folks. We do have in the Asia session, we have RBA rate statement and rate decision. And they're not expecting any change. They're going to stay at 2% for their rate decision. And I think the rate statement could move the Aussie. We'll see how that happens. That is in the inactive zone of Asia. Check your economic calendar for the time in your area. For me, in Thailand, it's 10:30 in the morning. So as I go through, basically the only high impact news we have today is in the U.S. session, where we have Canada's got its IB PMI coming out. They're forecasting 54. Previous was 58. So those are the only high impact data releases today. We do have a couple of medium impact. Not a lot. Well, we have some medium impact stuff that we should watch out for, like German factory orders. I think that's probably something we should keep an eye out. That's an hour before the London Open. Then we have some other stuff. So just keep your economic calendar up and about. Keep an eye on what's going on there. All right, let's talk about me for a second. I think I did that a little early. I should have did that in the news and commentary. That's okay. I started trading in 2006. 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate my career, and well, it's 8 years later and I'm still here. I love trading in Asia. The time zone is great. I can trade all 3 Asia sessions and still get a good night's rest. Traders, I'm a technical trader. I trade charts, I trade candlesticks, I trade price action, and I use my Fibonacci tool quite a bit. I also listen to fundamentals. I have a news feed that I keep up and running at all times, pretty much 15 hours a day, so I know what's going on in the world to protect myself against trades. As I'm doing this, it just came out that Prime Minister Abiy is speaking with China at the moment. So, these are things you need to listen to and need to know as we trade. We're looking for opportunities and probabilities that our trades will be successful on our side of the win-loss chart. All right, let's look at the risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most importantly, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. So about news and commentary, I gave you the indices today, and I think the markets have basically come back to their old ways as post FOMC statement that they weren't going to raise interest rates, and I don't see them raising interest rates, to be honest with you. Saw an interesting piece on CNBC last night where they interviewed ex-FOMC chairman Ben Bernanke, and he sounded like he really was not in favor of raising interest rates until inflation hit 2%. And he set that target when he was FOMC chair. So it's pretty in stone that they want inflation at 2%. So we'll see what happens. But I don't see in 2016 a rate hike myself. Wage earnings was down with FOMC's, with NFP's, NFP from Friday, non-farm payrolls. Wage earnings was down this month. Of course, you know we had a disastrous number of 142. They were expecting 210. Or was it 205 or something like that? So, you know, not a good sign here. So I don't see interest rates going up anytime in 2015. Probably won't see it in 2016, to be honest with you. But we'll see. You know, it is what it is, and we'll just play it out. We don't care what the news is, folks. That's the nice thing about Forex trading. We do not care. Price goes up and price goes down, and we make profits, right? We just got to think small, got to plan our trade plans. We got to trade our plan and just think smart, and we don't care what they do. You know, Forex moves up, Forex moves down. You know, and we can make profits on either side of the road. So that's the nice thing about trading Forex. Let's get to the charts. These are 30-minute charts. Remember, each candlestick is 30 minutes in duration. This is the euro-dollar. This is in a pretty tight spot. I sort of missed this. I really wanted to. I should have put a pending order in for 1,200 before I went to sleep. I'm not one for putting in pending orders, but I need to start doing it because I absolutely missed this trade, and now I'm late. Now, you're saying, well, 1194 is only 6 pips away. That's true, but you know, if you take a look at our trend line, it's in an up move here, and this last candle has not broken it. So I'm going to watch this pretty closely because I do want to sell the euro dollar. Absolutely want to sell the euro dollar. For those of you who caught this at 1280, a couple of traders yesterday in a trading room I listened to actually caught this at like 1279 and just took this all the way down. So congratulations to them. They really did a good job there. So we just want to sell it. We're at our spot. Let's see what happens. It's going to take some movement to get this thing to move down, right? All right, let's take a look at the pound. Pound's bearish. Take a look at the daily chart. It's also bearish. I looked at it just before I took the slide. However, we are in a typical Asia session inactive zone. We're coming up upon 15 minutes. And what you want to do here is there's a couple of things you can do. One, we want the pullback, right? We want the pullback to 51.62. The other thing you do is you can put a, you know, put this in a range and wait for a breakout of the range. And then, you know, I want to see this come to the downside, but, you know, the pound does crazy things. And this thing can pop up. If it pops up, it's only going to get up to like 51.75, and it's going to hit that 200 EMA and that daily pivot point and that resistance yellow line from the EA. So it's not just going to, you know, slide on through there. So if it pops up to there, that's fine too. We'll just sell it from there. So there's a couple of options you have with this. We want to take our profit at the S1 daily pivot at 55.11. You know, that's a nice 50 pip trade. So that's what we're looking for. Now, it's 50 pips for the trade. That doesn't mean I'm going for 50 pips. I'm going for 25 pips, right? And then I want to get out. 30 pips, and then I want to get out. I'm not looking to grab all 50 pips. And that's why I say I like trades that have, you know, 30, 40 pips in it, so I have some wiggle room to get my 20 pips and get out. That's the way I trade, right? Okay, let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. The Aussie has some data coming out in 2 hours. It's got meeting minutes coming out. It's also got a rate decision coming out, rate statement coming out. We're not expecting any changes, and that is in the Asian session. Like I said, check your economic calendar and see what time that's going to happen in your time zone. Look at this spike down here. And I think this was in reference to Prime Minister Abiy speaking, and this spiked down. It came all the way back up. Now it's above the daily pivot point. Not quite what I want us to see. I want to see this close below the daily pivot point. I'm not looking to buy the Aussie, not at this price. And also, if you look left of the chart, there's a lot of junk there, and I'm not really wanting to get involved with that. So if this pulls all the way back up to 7,100, I'll be more than happy to take this back down. I don't have any problem taking this back down at 7,100. So we'll see how it goes. But I want to sell the Aussie dollar. I don't want to buy the Aussie dollar. Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. You know, there was some price action yesterday, but pretty sluggish, if you ask me. I'm looking to sell this, right? 58.08, or wait till it gets down to 57.90 and then just take this down. We'll take this down to 56.38. Plenty of room here to work. There's plenty of pips here. You don't have to jump in this right away. You know, wait for it to play out. This is going to be a London Open trade. Nothing's going to happen with this unless they raise interest rates out of Australia. Then this thing's going to move. Well, you move down to the downside. Or if they cut interest rates, you know, that's bad, and we'll get this thing flying up to the upside. So, you know, we'll see what they do. They're, like I said, the pundits out there are saying they're not going to do anything with the Aussie, and they're basically just going to maintain what they're at and not do a thing. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Remember, this news event has nothing to do with the euro. If this pops when that news comes out, it's all due to the Aussie. Alrighty. Okay, let's take a look at the euro yen. So, you know, this pair is a great pair to trade when it's trading, but when it gets in the sideways price action, it could stay in this price action forever. This is a pretty tight trade here. We're in a nasty wedge here. We got a daily pivot point, we got a 200 EMA, and we got support from our EA, right? We got support here. Well, if you look at the EA and you go totally across the chart, you can see why the EA is there. There's a lot of price action that has hit that level at the 134.45 area, and this thing is just hanging out there, right? Well, now we know why this is in a range. We're in an inactive zone of Asia, but do I want to take this here? I want this to come back up to the pivot point and then give me a close and let me take it down. So I can be break even by the time I get to this mess. So this is not an easy trade. This euro yen trade is not an easy trade. It's in the middle of a lot of Forex junk and a lot of support and resistance on both ends that we're going to have to take a watch. I'm not going to jump in this too quick. Now, let me tell you, if it breaks support here and retests it, I will take it down to the daily S2. I have no problem with doing that. Don't feel comfortable with taking this. This is like in nowhere's land. But if this breaks this support, gives me a retest of one candle and gives me a bearish candle, I'll sell this down to S2. Not S1, S2, right? And we'll take it down. And depending on where I got in, that looks like 20 pips. So I would at least be break even by the time I got to this S1, and then just let it take its way down, see what happens. Take a look at the New Zealand dollar. This is coming back to its old ways, you know, bearish as it should be. I'm not buying the New Zealand dollar. This whole run up, guys and girls, I did not take any trades here. I have no intentions of buying the Kiwi. I had no intentions at all. I think this is all dollar related. They had no data. Well, they did have data last week, I think. But I want to sell this. This is a close below the daily pivot point. You know, I'd like to see a second sell and take this to the downside. Again, this to me is a London Open trade. I think we're going to see this sideways during this inactive zone of Asia. All right. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I wish you a great trading day. Please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, always remember to trade smart and not hard. And until next time, traders, have a great trading day, and we'll see you then. Take care now. Bye-bye.